So this guy yesterday decides to hurt himself on the day that all the work is supposed to be done, so
yeah,
we're not doing it.
It happens. But we're still gonna get a lot of work done.
Yeah. Good morning. Get your body out that bed. Let's make it a great day. So this guy yesterday decides to hurt himself on the day that all the work is supposed to be done, so
yeah,
we're not doing it.
It happens. But we're still gonna get a lot of work done.
Yeah. So as you can see, we got a lot done yesterday.
House one's gone.
Yeah.
What house?
Yeah, there used to be a house there.
What house?
Now we just got to do a little cleaning up over there, but we are going to start on those other two houses today and get those piled up so we can get them ready to burn, because he's ready to get it off his property and I'm ready to get it off my property.
Yep.
So
yeah, I'm all about sharing, but I don't want to share a house with you.
right. At least not a trashed house, yeah. Anyway. So that's what we're going to be working on today, y'all. So
well, actually we're going to hit two areas today. He's actually going to be working on the house over there, pushing it off his property into a big pile, and I'm going to be dealing with this mountain right here with Uber.
Let's go over here and show you this mountain. And this is the one, I don't know if y'all remember, but for those of you who don't remember, there's a big pile of brush in here that David's already piled up from clearing all of this.
Yeah, and I've already burned it once.
Yeah, we set this thing ablaze and it burnt for 2 or 3 days, and then it finally just went out. But it's in there.
Yeah.
We promise you, it's in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Look, we got a sneak peek of it. We can get it right there a little bit.
Yep. So all of that's going to be piled up with the houses as well. That way, whenever we do burn, we kind of burn everything together, and that would open up my yard. Getting the house off his property line will open up his yard, and then that stuff can sit over there until Mother Nature gives us a window to be able to burn it safely.
Safely, exactly. Because, you know, we all about safety.
Safety first.
So that's what we're going to be working on today, y'all. And so let's get it going. Let's see what we can get done.
Let's do it.
All right, so I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but there is a house down in there, buried in there. It's all knocked down. So I'm going to be going in here and I'm going to start moving all of that stuff over to this pile. And because my property line runs right down through the middle of it. And let's see what we can get her done then, all right? told you there was a house in here. Ta-da! We're getting her going. Bertha's doing her job. Just a little at a time. We'll just keep trucking along at it, y'all. But it is definitely coming down, coming apart. I had to kind of get back in there to be able to start pushing out this way because there's so much rock and brick right here that she just didn't want to grab a hold of it. But there is some cool wire in here, so I'm thinking about trying to pull it out of here somehow and maybe use it somewhere, like all of this right here. This is good wire for like the shop and what have you. So I'm gonna try and get a hold of this and see if I can't pull it out of here, because you know, this stuff's got a super thick coating on it and it's super durable. So I'm gonna see if I can't pull it out of here, roll this bucket, roll this up over it and get it out of here. It looks like it's pretty long too, because it looked like it went way over here at some point, and I thought I seen it way over in here. And see if we can't get her out. So we'll try and wrap it around the bucket here and see if I can't just pull it loose and see what we can do. All right. See if that'll pull it out. Let's give it a shot, see what we got. We'll just raise the bucket up here and see if it'll pull it. Oh yeah. There it is. Alright, that's a nice little chunk of wire we can use. Couple of minutes out of your day just to, you know, just to get some extra tools to help with the Gemstead. It works out good. All right, I'll be back. So anyway, needless to say, when you're doing small, you know, jobs like this with a backhoe, you've got to be really careful of all those little obstacles in there. So that's why I'm taking it, being extra careful today, and going real slow with moving this stuff. So I don't want nothing stabbing a tire or a radiator or anything. Don't, knock on wood, that don't happen, but that's why I'm being extra slow and extra meticulous on where I push stuff and how I get a hold of stuff and what have you like that. So let me see if we can get this moved, and we'll just keep tinkering away at it. See how far we can get in a few hours, all right? So the camera heated up on me, y'all, so I had to get her in here. And of course I gotta tease David about the AC, you know. But I've been having to hold it by the vent to get this thing to cool down so I can get in here and you know, and get some more filming for you. So we're kicking that tail right now. I'm gonna push this pile up over here. Then I'm gonna go over there and see what David's getting into. See if he's beating me in the speed of accomplishments. Yeah. So let me try and hold this for you a little bit while I push this. Get a bird's eye view from, see what I'm seeing. Last little bit right here pushed over there, and then we'll go over and check on David. I really think I'm beating him, y'all. But then again, I do have the luxury of AC and a lot bigger machine, so yes, that is par for the course there. it is really hard to hold a camera and run a piece of equipment that does require all 4 limbs. Operators that are working for other people, they should either be paid extra or pay the employer for letting them get to drive this stuff, because it's that much fun. I don't care who you are, I love it. This ain't gonna take very long at all, and we'll have this house right over here in a pile. So let's go check on David. All right, we'll see what he's getting into. Now look at there. I don't even see Uber anywhere. Oh, there it is. So he is working. At least he's not sitting around taking a break, you know. You know how some of these guys are, you know, especially when you're that tight with Tim. You know, you work 5 minutes and take a 30-minute break and talk about it. Messing with you, Tim. Love you, brother. Look at this. See, there's Tim Jr. right there. Got him an umbrella for the shade, the whole 9 yards. I love it. So y'all remember that pile right there? You know, we've been trying to get that pile to burn for a while, and it just didn't want to do it. But thankfully, Uber's got that grapple on it, and he can grab a hold of that stuff and pull it out of there. And then we're gonna get it all over here in the pile where these houses are, and make this all go away here soon. So let me get out here and let me get a close-up and see. Let's just see how well Uber really is doing. All right. we're gonna sneak up on him. Uber's the baby beast. Just imagine how cool Bertha would be if I could get those hydraulics on the front of Bertha with a fork like that, with that grapple like that. Man, then she'd truly be a beast. Once he gets that all piled up there, I'll be able to move it around a little bit better, and then it'll burn better. So I did get my concrete slabs pulled out, so I am going to be dragging them over to the Homestead, and you see they're broken up pieces. So I think there's a big enough section there that I can get a nice little concrete slab out of it with just a little bit of patchwork, a couple bags of concrete, and I can get a nice little concrete slab out of this deal, and give me a little work spot. That'll help me out a bunch. We do have a propane tank in here, and I don't know if David got it out yet or not. So we had to get that dug out of there. I think he did. I don't see it, because it was sitting right there. So no, there it is. Okay, so we got to get that out of there. Let me do that real quick. Let me get that propane tank out of there real quick, and we'll stash it over here by the tree so nobody runs over it. And, we don't need no stinking explosions. You know what I mean, man? because I think one of the trucks hitting that, one of the tractors hitting that bad boy would be really bad. He said, really bad. It's not propane tank season. All right, so get that buried over here by the tree. David's getting that. Let me get with David real quick and see if he wants me to push that over, and then I'm gonna head over there. I believe I've bloody done it. I found it. Watch. I'm gonna show you what I found. Kung Fu Panda's secret hideout. How comical is that? All right, so I think I found the front porch area. Because look at all this rock that's in here. So this is what I'm having a hard time moving. And I pushed this piece out here just a second ago. And you can see this, a bunch of rock built up on some concrete. So I think that was the front porch. I found the horse head. You know, like the water part there, found it, and this looks like old gas line or something. I know there's no gas over here, or they wouldn't have bulldozed it. But yeah, the horse head was in here somewhere. I think I've already pushed it up in the hole, but this had to be the front porch, because there's the couch, all that kind of stuff. So I'm assuming this had to be the living room. And you see these concrete or brick pillars in here. This looks like it used to be a fireplace. So now I've got to get on the back side over there and start pushing this way, and that's going to be a tad bit on the challenging side, without cutting into some of my privacy on my place, even though this is my place. But I've got David's part cleared. Now I got to clear my part. But that's just the way I had to go. But I really want to leave all of this brush here if I can. But I'm going to get in here and see what I can push, see what I can move. And David and I'll have to figure out what to do with this gas line and where it comes from and where it goes, to get it out of here. Because you know the gas company ain't going to come out here and do it. And we don't want gas over here anyway. So we already know it's shut off wherever there's a... We haven't found any kind of meters or anything like that out here, so I don't know what's going on with that. Hey, what did I say? Stick a fork in me, I'm done. You know, it's really sad that you know, people, you build this, you live here for all your life, and then you get old and you sell it, and then somebody just comes in and bulldozes it and keeps it, doesn't, you know, maintain the history of it. But I mean, I get it, it was probably run down pretty bad, but on the same note, still kind of sad. So all right, well, let's get busy. I gotta let the camera cool down still, because unfortunately I didn't turn it off a minute ago when I was trying to cool it off, and it's getting hot again. So let's get that happen. I'm gonna take a quickie break, go get a drink, and let it cool. So I'll be back. All right, howdy. Well, day 2 of getting this house going. Yeah, I started out this morning, had another little issue with it, with the backhoe, flipping that little, I guess it's like a, oh shoot, I can't even think of what it's called now. But anyway, you know the issue I had before. Well, it popped on us 2 more times. So David said this morning, he's like, look, we're done with that. Let's go get new ones. and we got down to the auto parts store, and thankfully they had 3 new ones, and she's been doing fine ever since. So as you can see, the big pile over here, we're gonna get the rest of it gone, and then this house will be gone. And then we've already got the big pile over there, getting both of those gone. So they're all gonna be now in one great big pile, all 3 houses in one great big pile. So that's what we're working on. Oh. And we're gonna make that happen. So let's go ahead and get that going. And I'm gonna try and get you some views on this. I'm gonna set up my tripod over here, and hopefully I don't run it over and the camera don't heat up. So anyway, it is like 100, and it's already 101 degrees outside. That's not the heat index. That's just the actual temperature outside right now. So and it's only noon. So we're just gonna go as long as we can, and we'll keep kicking at it. By Joe, I think we've got it. Look at that, y'all. One house gone. Now all of that is rock that is evidently from the front porch that used to be here. Now I haven't seen a picture of the house, so I really don't know. But it's kind of evident by looking at the rock that's here. You know, some real big stones and concrete and everything all kind of mixed together here. So I'm just going to assume that that's what that was. So the reason I have left all of this is there are some really cool big rocks in here, like that one there and that one there and a couple over there. So there's a few on the back side that are really big and really nice. And I think I'm going to keep them around and just use them over there on the gemstead. So in the meantime, we got a mountain of trash. So what I'll probably do is bring tow truck over here at some point and start dragging some of this other stuff out. And see, here's another really huge rock right there. But I'll bring tow truck over here and start smoothing some of this out and just dragging the little stuff out, because it's hard with Bertha to do a lot of that stuff. And then I'll start going through this rock with the backhoe and picking it out a little at a time, here and there. And then as we start getting that pile gone, I'll start pushing this up into the pile. But yeah, that didn't take very long at all to finish up that little bit. I was going to stop about halfway through, and I thought, I only got about 15 more minutes and I'm done. So, you know, no sense keep going on with that, you know. So no sense stopping when I'm making, you know, when it's only going to be a few more minutes. So even the birds are laughing about it. Even the birds think that's funny. So you like my shirt today? Looks like I'm not even wearing a shirt. But anyway, I think we're gonna call this one a day. Oh, one more thing I did find. Hang on. Hold on 1 minute. I got something to show. Look at this old tub. Found it laying in there. And it looks like it's still in pretty decent shape overall. And I can put a plug on the bottom of it and cut that side off and put it in the ground. And use it as a wash tub, or set it up on a bench and use it as a parts cleaning tub, you know, whenever I need to clean parts or whatever like that. And so I just thought, you know what, let me just go ahead and keep that to the side just in case. Like I said, it's still in fairly decent shape. It's not horribly bent up. The only one spot that's like really bad is right there on the end, but there ain't nothing that you know, that Bertha can't just stick down there and flatten that dog right on out and be able to use it. You know, Junktojems, yo. Junktojems, baby. So anyway, Bertha was starting to get, the temperature was starting to come up, because it is, you know, about 115 out here. And so I think I'm gonna go over there and give her a break. And you know, temperature wasn't dangerous or nothing like that. It just, you know, she starts getting above that quarter mark, and I'm not real comfortable with trying to push her. There ain't no reason for it, you know. So we'll just take her over there and we'll rinse her off, and you know, hit her with the hose, get some of that dust out of the radiator. All right, we got her rinsed off, got her cleaned out, anti-dusted again, and ready for the next project. So anyway, y'all don't forget, like and subscribe and share it to all your friends. Come see us at Junktojems, because you never know what kind of junk we're going to turn into a gem. Thank you all for watching every single day, and we appreciate it. And now we've got house number 3 gone. All right, we'll see you in a short.